viewers, this is ERi-TV English News broadcasting live from the headquarters in the capital, Asmara. I'm Bersa Betagla with your latest updates on the world's most pressing issues. We'll start with the top stories for today, Wednesday, 24th. Eritrean delegation participating at UN General Assembly, New York. Seminar on empowerment of women held in Mendefera. Spain approves arms embargo law on Israel. And Russia accuses EU trying to undermine Russia-US dialogue. And your local reports. Eritrean delegation led by Mr. Usman Saleh, Minister of Foreign Affairs, is participating in the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. The delegation includes Ms. Sofia Tesfamariam, Eritrea's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ms. Elsa Haile, Director General of International Organizations at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and Mr. Berhane Gebrahiwat, Chargé d'Affaires at the Eritrean Embassy in the United States. On the margins of the session yesterday, the delegation held bilateral meetings with the foreign ministers of Sudan, Burundi, Greece, and Portugal. The discussions focused on strengthening bilateral relations, sharing perspectives on international peace and security, and other regional and global issues of mutual concern. In related news, Ms. Elsa Haile participated in the commemoration of the 30th anniversary of the 4th World Conference on Women held on 22 September. Speaking at the event, Ms. Elsa highlighted Eritrea's progress over the past 5 years in institutionalizing gender equality, emphasizing that international law serves as a fundamental basis for advancing women's rights. She further noted that Eritrean women now account for 42% of regional assemblies and enjoy equitable participation in education, underscoring the country's practical achievements in this area. In another news, a seminar focusing on strengthening women's participation in socioeconomic activities and public offices was conducted in Mendefera on 23 September. Speaking at the event, Ms. Sanaita Afwerki, head of the National Union of Eritrean Women branch in the southern region, urged women, particularly those working in government institutions, to enhance their awareness and develop their capacity in the activities they are engaged in. Ms. Sanaita underlined the mission of the union to ensure overall equality of women and to promote their active participation in all sectors of development. She called on all women to join the union and benefit from its programs. She further noted that in collaboration with government and PFDJ institutions, the union has undertaken encouraging activities aimed at eradicating harmful practices and underage marriages. In addition, strong efforts have been made to organize various vocational training programs to build women's overall capacity. Ms. Knight also highlighted that in the elections of area administrators and managing directors held last year, 118 women were elected, demonstrating the growing participation of women in leadership roles. She also called for reinforced efforts to achieve even better outcomes. Coming back to the capital, Asmara, the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students, as part of its efforts to enhance the overall capacity of the youth, organized a training program on administration and leadership for 96 union heads from subzones as well as heads of organizations at the central office. The training, conducted from 16 to 22 September, covered a wide range of topics, including administration and leadership, modalities for positive influence and guidance, methodology of practical civic education, human and material resource management, planning and reporting, program follow-up and evaluation, conflict resolution and communication. Commending the keen interest demonstrated by the participants, Ms. Helen Amina, coordinator of the program, urged the trainees to apply the knowledge they acquired in advancing the mission and objectives of the union. Mr. Yusuf Sail, head of the organizational affairs of the PFDJ, highlighted the importance of youth capacity building and the implementation of national programs. He called on union leaders at all levels to work in close collaboration with PFDJ offices in their respective areas for the effective execution of development initiatives. Mr. Saleh Ahmeddin, chairman of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students, stated that the training programs will continue in earnest until set goals are fully achieved. He further noted that the training will make a significant contribution to the development of the union's new strategic plan. Dear viewers, we'll be back shortly with your international reports and more, so stay tuned. Welcome back. The Spanish government yesterday, Tuesday 23, approved a decree law to legally consolidate a total arms embargo on Israel and ban the use of Spanish ports and airspace for the transit of fuel that could be used for military purposes. The measure is among 9 initiatives announced earlier this month by Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez. Economy, Trade and Business Minister Carlos Cuerpo said that the government will present quarterly reports to ensure compliance with the measures. The decree law takes effect immediately, but must be ratified by Congress within 30 days to remain valid. Sanchez, currently in New York to attend the United Nations General Assembly, reiterated Spain's call for international recognition of the state of Palestine as part of a two-state solution. And today's final report, Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Mikhail Galuzin accused certain political forces in the European Union of attempting to derail dialogue between Moscow and Washington by leveling unfounded accusations against Russia, local media reported today. In an interview with Russia's Izvestia newspaper, Galuzin said that what he described as a war party in the EU was seeking to undermine positive steps in U.S.-Russia contacts, including the recent meeting between Russian President Vladimir Putin and U.S. President Donald Trump in Alaska, which focused on a political and diplomatic settlement of the Ukraine crisis. Galuzin stated that allegations of Russian airspace violations lack credible evidence. His remarks followed recent statements by Estonian Prime Minister, who said that 3 Russian MiG-31 fighter jets entered Estonian airspace last Friday. Russia's defense ministry underlined that the jets did not deviate from their approved routes and did not cross Estonia's borders, a fact confirmed by objective monitoring data. Dear viewers, that was it for today, but before we conclude, a quick recap of the top stories. Eritrean delegation participating at UN General Assembly in New York. Seminar on empowerment of women held in Mendefera. Spain approves arms embargo law on Israel. And Russia accuses EU trying to undermine Russia-US dialogue. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow with more news and developments. But until then, have a good one.